All right, welcome back, everybody. Now, here's a story that I'm finding difficult to comprehend, and perhaps you're with me on this one. But there are growing concerns about unusual practices among some independent churches in the country. Just this weekend, congregants at the one church clashed with EFF supporters and members of the Soshanguve community just outside of Pretoria. Now, in this conflict, a journalism student was assaulted when congregants tried to eat her hair. Kgalalelo Tlowaele and 7 other students from the Tshwane University of Technology attended a service to cover the clash between the church and the political party on Sunday when the attack happened. We've got Kgalalelo in studio with us, who's going to talk to us about this traumatic experience that she went through. Thank you so much for coming, and we really do appreciate your time here on the program. Now, just take us back to what happened. So you were there covering the story on Sunday for a community newspaper that you work for. Tell us about this.
We went there on Sunday with my colleagues to cover a story for our local newspaper, Record, Nowhere To. So after the EFF left the scene, the church, we went back because we saw a lot of police, and we just had to go back for another story, maybe more news.
Yeah.
When we got there, the church congregation were demonstrating what they usually do in church. So now we started taking videos because that was interesting. We started taking videos, and then after a while, the person who was actually telling them what to do came to me and said they should eat my hair, because that's what he usually does. When he tells them what to do, they do it immediately. So now he came to me and touched my head, and he was like, "I see food." And those people ran to me.
How many?
And I ran.
How many people ran towards you?
I've got no idea. I was just concentrating on running.
Yeah.
But as I saw the videos, I only noticed that only one guy was actually
on top of you, physically eating your hair,
biting it.
He was biting into your hair. Were you? It's a crazy question because I know you were harmed, but were you physically harmed in any way? Did he bite your hair? Did he pull it out?
No, but I fell on my knees, so I've got bruises.
Okay. This is a photograph of the moment that it actually happened. Was there no explanation? I mean, did this guy just came up to you because somebody told him to eat your hair? He came, he jumped on you, he pushed you down on the ground, started eating, and then you managed to break free. Is that pretty much so what happened and you ran away?
After he came to me, the pastor or the person who was in charge at the moment said, "Sleep." So now he slept and I managed to get up. So if he didn't say sleep, I wasn't gonna...
You weren't gonna get out of his grip.
Maybe I wasn't gonna be alive.
Yeah. The main pastor, Penuel Nguni, was he present at the time?
No, he wasn't present.
Okay.
He came in the morning because we went there in the morning, but then he just drove away.
Okay, so he wasn't there at the time. So who was passing the orders? I mean, who was telling the congregants to see food and eat your hair?
I have no idea who that guy was because he wasn't there during the service and he wasn't there when the EFF came to the church. So he just showed up after.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got no idea who he is.
How are you feeling after something like this happens to you?
You know,
okay?
It's one of those. I mean, I'm a student journalist, so I feel like this is one of the things I have to go through when I'm actually going to be a journalist.
I hope it's not one of the things you have to go through in your future profession, because this is, for me, very difficult to understand, and I said that at the beginning of the interview. So let's get your perspective. I've never been to one of these services. You were there. You were there when the EFF were there. You saw some of the practices that they did. Explain to us, let's bring your journalism side out. I mean, explain to us what you saw. What was happening when you were there on Sunday?
You know what I think? The way I saw things, because I went there early, I managed to attend the service and actually see what actually happens in the service. So earlier during the service, one of the members quoted a scripture, and by the looks of things, the pastor quotes scriptures, and it's people, they believe the pastor, and he interprets the Bible in a different manner. So they find it very easy to believe him. So they are vulnerable, and I think the pastor is just taking advantage of them, and they are very energetic. So I don't think they see what they're doing. They look like they are possessed.
Yeah. So that's the feeling that you got, that these congregants almost possessed by something. The reports that I'm reading is that there seem to be a lot of women that are a part of this congregation. Did you see that there were more women than men, or was it quite evenly spread for you?
Yeah, I think it was just even.
Okay, so there were men and women that were a part of this. Was there any bizarre behavior in terms of, we've seen the pictures of them eating snakes, eating, I think it's rats and ants and leaves. Was that happening while you were there?
The only thing that was bizarre that I saw was when the pastor just came to observe, and when he passed the church with his car, the congregation didn't see him, but they suddenly fell and acted somehow, just by his presence when he passed the church. When
he passed by the church.
So I found it really...
Yeah. Have you been, since the attack, has anything sort of happened to you? Have you been contacted by anybody? Do you feel a little bit threatened speaking out about this experience of yours? Or, what's it been like for you after this experience?
No, I haven't been threatened, and I don't feel like I should have fear, because those people don't know what they're doing, and unless if the pastor tells them they should come kill me or something, I think that will happen, but I don't think anything will happen to me.
Do you want to take this further? Or is it going to end here for you? Do you feel you would like to open up a case against being attacked by these congregants, taking action against this church, or are you happy to leave it here? Have you thought about your next step?
I'm just going to leave it from here.
I
don't feel like it's necessary for me to take further action. I don't want to press charges.
Yeah?
Yes.
You're happy to leave it as is? It's unbelievable. I mean, I find it's a difficult thing to understand. Do you understand it?
I don't even believe it. It's just like a dream to me.
Yeah. I'm sure more like a nightmare, I imagine. Would you ever contemplate going back?
Yeah, maybe after 3 years.
3 years? It'll take you 3 years to get over it. That you will go back and follow up that story. Gosh, it's a bizarre story that has happened. If you've had any experiences with the pastor, Penya Mnguni, and this particular movement, this particular church, please write to us. Please let us know what it is that you've sort of experienced, what you've seen. I don't think anybody getting to the extent of Kgalalelo having had her hair almost eaten, or did have her hair eaten, and coming to tell us about this story, a very, very bizarre story. It certainly is that we're looking at right now. Thank you again. Thank you for coming in. Good luck with your journalism. And honestly, this is not the way journalism should be. You shouldn't have anybody jumping and attacking you. So I wish you the best going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. All right, it's 5 minutes.